Hello and welcome to the guide to Minister Cho's estate, whatever it was called, Rescue at Minister Cho's estate. So this one is ridiculously hard, and the builds that I'll be running will be me as a dragon slash spammer, Razza as a soul twisting guy, but taking Earthbind with me. I'll be using an Ellie with some enchantment removal and some basic knockdowns and sandstorm and stuff, and Zandra with a spirit spam, signature spirits with a couple of heals, and leaving from Ran Musu Gardens. And I'm going to speed through this. This quest took me about half an hour, so this video is going to be about 10 minutes. I could get it a bit shorter, but it's not that worth it. You need to know where to go and all that stuff, because the quest doesn't actually show you where to go. So here I'm doing this in slightly sped up here, just showing you how to kill things. My basic idea was to keep things knocked down, and here I disable Painful Bond because I find that I want my healer to actually have some energy to heal us with. So this quest is pretty hard, even in normal mode, because it's a 4-man area, and all the 4-man areas in the entire game are notoriously difficult just because of the sheer amount of mobs, the level of them, and all the skills that they have that you can't have. So, what should I recommend? Yeah, as a warrior, I would suggest knocking everything down and trying to keep things on the floor as much as possible while everybody else damages them. Of course, playing Dragon Slash means that you've got a lot of damage as well, which is really helpful, because you need to kill things. Okay, so off on a tangent a bit. We're coming close to the menagerie now. This is the entrance and where the first peasant is that you need to save. There's no quest markers, so initially you had to pretty much guess where everybody was. And at the moment we're backtracking through the mission, if you can remember Minister Cho's estate. And here you can see the peasant is running towards me on the map, where you might be able to see that. And because we haven't gotten close to where she originally was, she hasn't aggroed and she can't officially die. Remember, if these guys do die, you fail the quest instantly and you have to redo the whole thing. So here I've kind of pulled them towards me, these enemies, and as you can see, as I get closer here, she starts talking, asking for help, but because I've defeated the mob that was close to her, she is immediately quote-unquote saved, despite there being like an entire menagerie full of afflicted or ravenous animals around her. She's safe, and yeah, carry on. So the next peasant is at, I can't remember the name of the place, I think it's Foe Wing or something. It's where you fight a couple of mobs that Togo tells you he's going to pull them or something like that in the mission. And that's where we're heading now, to find the second peasant. A little note about the builds, and well, first, I don't know if I've mentioned, but it's clear and obvious. Always pull. Pulling is so essential in this quest, and at one point I do a bad pull or something, or Zandra manages to aggro a second mob, and it gets a bit hairy, but luckily we escape with no casualties. So the builds, you definitely want somebody who can mitigate damage. You definitely want some kind of protection hero, so that's why I've got the Soul Twister guy. Minions are questionable because of the Necros. They can steal them and they essentially make them kind of useless, and along with the Soul Twister, yeah, you're going to be wasting your time with that. You also want a healer, you want as much damage as you can possibly get, and you want enchantment removal. That's also essential because of the monks and the necros that have spirit bond, protective spirit, shield of absorption, things like that. Also, if you're playing any kind of melee class or a martial class, shall we say, so that includes rangers and assassins, dervishes, all that sort of stuff. If you're playing with that, the necros have blocking skills, so you're going to want to take something like Azure and Scan, or something that will negate that stuff. Now again, here we are at the second peasant. You Again, you want to try and pull things so that she doesn't aggro. You see there on the allies bar that she is an ally and you can heal her properly, and she will die if she gets a lot of aggro and stuff. But these peasants actually have a remarkable skill set for tanking, despite it being heavily... I don't know what to say about it. It's okay, and they can keep themselves alive for a few seconds, but if they take too much aggro, they're guaranteed to be dead. Yeah, they have healing hands, they have healing touch, and they have healing breeze. So yes, they're relying on enchantments quite a bit there. I don't know what to say about that. They're okay, but they're not brilliant. So that's the second one done, and by this point there's not a whole lot more to say. There's a lot of travelling to be done at this after the second guy, because the third person is on the very northeastern island tip, and stupidly enough she complains that she can't swim when you get to her, so it's questionable how the hell she managed to even get to where she was. Yes, you can walk there because it's a bit shallow, but why would she mention that she can't swim if that's a problem? I don't know, it's one of those things. It's kind of funny, but whatever, I'm not going to dwell on that. So yeah, the rest of this quest is, again, just more of the same. Oh right, here is where Xandra manages to pull a second mob, and she's so close to being killed, and luckily we managed to just about save her there. And I also noticed, looking at this back, that my save yourselves doesn't always get on to all of my people because I'm a bit too far forwards. Try not to do that, because save yourselves is incredibly powerful and really helpful to mitigate the damage. And yes, I also noticed that Susuke has some energy problems at times. What can I say? His build isn't brilliant, but it's mostly there to sort of avoid the damage from the melee and stuff, and help with the knockdowns and things like that. Sandstorms are reasonably elite, and with me knocking things down in it as well, it keeps them in the AoE and does a good amount of damage. What else to say about this quest? Yes, if you're doing it in hard mode, then definitely don't hesitate to use consumables. There's no shame in it in this quest, because it's really flaming hard, and don't look down on it. They're there to be used. Hard mode is there to pose you a challenge, and if you're not enjoying it, yes, it's hard mode, it's hard for a reason, but you don't have to do it, remember that. And you always have consumables, summoning stones, all that sort of stuff. Don't hesitate to use them. Remember to rune all your heroes, that's something else to be said. And remember your basics of the game. I've run out of things to say at this point. There's not much more to be done. Just try to drill it in there that careful pulling is required. Decent builds, decent micromanagement if you can do that, but it's not necessary. And flagging as well. So finally, after in-game time, this is about half an hour for me in normal mode, we're coming up to the third peasant. I'm about to probably show you the map, I think, in a couple of seconds when I've cleared out these minions. Yes, there's the map. This is on the wiki as well, so if that wasn't enough time to see it, then go to the wiki, look up this quest, and yes, try and read up on it as well, so that you know what to expect and what's coming and all that. Now this last peasant can actually be swarmed by quite a few afflicted mobs, so definitely try and pull them. You can also barely see that the peasant is running towards me at this point to try and probably heal one of us. I don't know why. So when I run in to try and attack this necromancer, I accidentally aggro that peasant, and it now becomes a danger to her because she's taking damage. hopefully you've killed everything by then, and there's no big threat. So if you're lucky, then you'll have got it this far, you'll have made it without a hitch, and you'll have found out that this peasant can't swim like an idiot. But maybe that's a Guild Wars 2 joke, so yes. The next quest is reasonably hard too, I'll be doing a video for that. Thanks for watching.